Hey guys, welcome to Radiant Guardians. Please rock that like, subscribe and share for a girl. I would really appreciate that, guys. And also check out the links. You'll find everything down there in the links, okay? This is not a, I was just thinking, usually I come on and, I do a intro and welcome you guys as always, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to play it cool today and just do something a little different. I've done update, so I've done update and where things are at, and I thought I'd just do a little bit of an update with you guys, because things are shifting. Right, energy is shifting constantly. Nothing stays the same. All right, everything is just moving. Okay, it's kind of like a Rubik cube, and you keep moving it, right, to match the colors. Well, energy is kind of like just moving all the time. And we send out a lot of energy. We put out a lot of energy into the universe. And that universe, mirrors that back to us. So everything's constantly on the move. Nothing is a standstill. Okay? So, I don't know. I just, we've got a beautiful weather. Oh my God, change the subject. Beautiful day. I'm wearing a nice, pretty dress, and, yeah, I like my dresses in the summertime, and I like to wear something nice and cool, because it's just, our summer gets really, it's just ridiculous. It's like, you have to, it gets so hot that you don't need anything right at the grocery store, but you still go there anyway because they got the air conditioning going, and it's nice and cool. And it's just really nice to just walk around in there and just get a little bit cooler, because it's really hot out. So during the summer, like New Zealand summer over here, it's kind of like muggy, so thick, like that. You can see the heat just rising off the road, right, and off cars and off the roof of buildings and things like that. And it's just, and it just tells you, right, it signals to you how hot it is. But not only that, I mean, God, come on now. It'd be nice if you could walk around with a fan in front of your face, right, and that it just operates off solar. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to give you an update. My spiritual growth, my soul journey, and everything like that. I've noticed about myself, right, I mean, with all the work that we have to do, right, to take care of all the wounds that we've created and accumulated in our vessel avatar, our bodies. It's called pain, suffering, and human suffering, and so we've got to heal all of that, right? And it's like a transformation of coming out of a dark place and into the light. And so when you've gone your whole life, right, and you don't know what the hell's going on in your life, and there's just so much happening, right, and in the 3D matrix, like where we've all come from, right, we've all sort of like ascended out of the 3D matrix, right, and before you ascended out of the 3D matrix, you went through a lot of stress, went through a lot of depression. Some suffered from depression, some suffered from like just anxiety attacks and panic attacks, worry, fear, and all of that, right? And it's all in the 3D matrix. And the 3D matrix is actually, it was created to control us. That's what it was for. To control us and to keep us, right, stuck in a place of fear, in a place of stress, in a place of anxiety, in a place, it was just kept you right there. So down here, right guys, is like the 3D matrix, is where we were at. Okay? And there are a lot of, you know, there's a lot of people already still there in the 3D matrix. And I send a lot of love to them, you know, because we've all been through it, right? We've all been through that. But I send a lot of love for them. I don't wish anything bad upon anybody that is still in the 3D matrix, that are still the normies, that are still the sleepwalkers, that are the Karens, right? And not having a dig at any Karens out there. I love Karens. But you know what I mean, okay? That are the NPCs and everything like that. I don't wish anything bad upon them, because we've already been there and we've already done that. And now we've actually ascended out of that 3D matrix. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is that sometimes we have to be reminded of where we came from. Because a lot of us, right, have come from there, and we can get into that place of, you know, as soon as we do a video, as soon as we do a live, and somebody comes on and we get a little triggered by their comments because they're being a bit of a troll. Well, hence, a lot of us have come from there, guys. Alright? We have come from there. We have been the trolls. We have been the normies and the NPCs. We have been the ones that, you know, that have high opinion of what others are sharing and what other people believe, right? We've all been there, all done that. And so I'm just sharing about this because we need to be reminded of that. We need to be reminded of where we came from, okay? Even for me, oh my God, you know, I need to be reminded of where I came from. But the thing is that what I've noticed, right? And you notice how far you've come. You notice how far you have come. You know how far you've evolved. You know how much you've grown. You know how much you've, like you've just, you know, you're still working, right? We continuously do this work on ourselves. It's a continuous work. You go within, you stay right here, and you keep doing the inner work. You don't take a day off from doing your inner work. You keep going. And I just encourage you guys, keep going. Keep going, alright? And the more that you do the inner work, the easier and easier and easier it becomes. Alright? You don't have as many triggers as you used to. Right? There's not a lot of things that can trigger you now because you've come into that place where you've healed all those wounds, you've cleaned out your house, right? And you've bought in new furniture. So all the old has gone out and the new has come in. And I'm sharing that with you guys because, man, I have been on a journey of self-discovery. I've been on a journey of who I was in past lives. I've been on a journey of, you know, being a man in another life. I've been a man in another life, yeah, and being a, how do you say, being a man in another life, a woman in another life, a child, or maybe an animal, or anything like that, alright? And so, you know, we come into this place of just, you know, you look back at those times of where you've come from. You look back at those times of the things that you've done in your life, right? And it's like how much you grow and evolve, how much you learn, how much you What is it that you can do, or what is it that you can bring to the table to share and teach others? Because you've gone through so much personal growth, you've gone through so much learning and evolving, and it's amazing, because it's an amazing journey, right? Come on now. I mean, hello. I mean, I've come from, oh man, I tell you what, and a lot of us have been in the 3D matrix. We had ascended all the way down into the pit of hell. The pit of hell being the 3D physical matrix, right? Descended all the way down, where there's like sickness, disease, anxiety, stress, manipulation, control, fear, right, depression, everything that is in that low vibration frequency. It's all dense, right? It's all dense. It's all just dense, and it is dark, and it is just horrible. It is a horrible place to be. Oh my goodness. When I look back at where I came from, you guys, I cannot believe. So either a sleep or a soul swap, you know. And I know that the former consciousness that was in this vessel before me, having that soul swap, would have just gone through so much, and I look at it now and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, you know. Anyway, I have enough about me and my soul journey and my journey. I know that you guys have gone through some stuff as well, and you probably want to be able to share your information and things like that. So, you know, message me, send me an email, and let's do a live together so that you can share your truth and speak your truth, right? All right. What else can I tell you? Yeah, hey guys, Donald Trump. Now, yeah, that election is coming up really quickly this November, and I believe he's going to win. I believe that he's already won. He's already won, you guys. Why do I believe that? Because I believe that the White Hats do not want Camilla, or whatever her name is, to take the White House. Because if they take the White House, then what happens is that their plan for the world and for humanity will go forward. And because 2030 is coming up really quickly, guys, it's coming up really fast, right? And they have big plans. They've got big plans for humanity, for our planet Earth. They've got big plans to make a lot of changes. And those changes are not to benefit humanity, right? It's not going to benefit us. It's going to benefit them. So the plans that they've made for all governments around the world, right? For all of humanity and for everybody, right, is to suit them, not to benefit us in any way. So those are the lot of changes. Those are all the changes that they're going to be making to the world. And I believe that Donald Trump is going to win this election, even if, right, even if the White Hats have to intervene. They're going to have to. They're going to have to intervene for him to win this election, because, yeah, they know that if he doesn't win, right, then the plans that the dark forces have for humanity are going to go forward in 2030. and 2030 is only like 4 or 5 years away now, so it's coming up really fast. And I think it's like every 4 or 5 years, isn't it, for the next election, etc. So this is it, you guys. And oh my god, I'm excited. I'm excited to see some changes. I'm excited to see that there's going to be great benefits for humanity. And I'm excited what Donald Trump is going to bring, and all the white hats are going to bring for everybody, right? And it's going to be beneficial for humanity. It's going to be beneficial for our world, right? For planet Earth, for everything. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you all are too, looking forward to Donald Trump making all changes and everything, and bringing in some good news, right? Yeah, I got my notes, and I want to share with you guys. I want to talk to you guys about something, okay? Something that that I'm learning myself, right? So a lot of the information that I share with you, I'm also learning as well. So I'm basically teaching myself all this information and sharing it with you as well. I have a little bit of a spin, right? I have a little bit of a spin on it, and yeah, and see how things go. Anyway, so what I got here is my notes. Alright, I got some notes so I don't forget things, and yeah, and I'm going to share it with you right now, and it's about telepathy. Alright, I mean, how much do we know about telepathy? How in depth are we about telepathy? I tell you what, there was a video that I was watching, and it was on YouTube, and it was with Alex Collier. And he said, this would have been about something like, or maybe 3-4 years ago, when I was watching this video, I distinctively remember him saying something about our first language, right? Our first language was telepathy, and that all the like Andromedans, they communicated to each other through telepathy. They didn't speak the way that we do with vocals and having sound, right? They were their way of communicating with each other was through telepathy, and that's how they communicated to each other. And I thought, well, if this is our first language, and that was our language, it means that we were able to speak to one another through telepathy, and that's how we communicated. And so the Andromedans communicate to each other through telepathy, and I'm pretty sure that all the Orions and the Pleiadians, the Syrians, right, all the other alien races and all the other races like that, communicate through telepathy. Okay, so anyway, without further ado, let's get into this. Alright, so telepathy is an umbrella term used to describe the ability to mentally receive and transmit information from one mind to another, internally and silently, or to communicate without physical external speech through vocalization. Just what I was saying before, you know, how we communicate today, we're very, very, very vocal, right? So, like right now, I'm sitting in front of you, you can hear me, obviously, right? Alright, carry on. So telepathy is a transfer of information between individuals or groups through intelligent energy interactions made between the consciousness or mental bodies that are intending to communicate. The exchange of information made between parties is not bound by time nor space or location, and in many cases transcends multiple species languages into the one universal communication. So this can be simply demonstrated through sincere, heartfelt prayers that are private and later thought to be answered by revealing specific information or pathway that is shown to you. What intelligent forces heard the silent prayers? So what intelligent force heard the silent prayers through contact being made with you through telepathic communication? These are not random and coincidences. And to understand the existence of the many forms of telepathy, the basic foundation is that all energy is intelligent and conscious. Well, when you come to think about it, right, everything is conscious. Everything. We got trees, rocks are conscious, right? We've got animals, birds, grass, everything, insects, everything is consciousness. Everything is conscious. Even a log, a log that is not actually no longer attached to a tree, so like it's a stump, it's still conscious because its roots are deep down in the ground. So, yeah, ponder that thought. Alright, so to understand the existence of the many forms of telepathy, the basic foundation is that all energy is intelligent and conscious. Everything and everyone has an energetic signature composed of frequency that are arranged in instruction sets. Now think about that for a second. We have an energy signature, and that is so true. A lot of us have an energy signature. No two energy frequencies are the same. Alright? No two frequencies of energy is the same. Energy is moving all the time. Alright? It's constantly moving. Right? So to understand the existence of many forms of telepathy, the basic foundation is that all energy is intelligent and conscious. Everything and everyone has an energetic signature composed of frequencies that are arranged in instruction sets. And so the human body is composed of vibrating energy with moving atoms flashing in and out of the fabric of space-time. The information that is contained in this energetic signature of thoughts, things, or consciousness bodies is a substance or cellular record imprint in the instruction set of a larger system of unified energy fields. This is wonderful, you know, because this is why I'm like sharing this information with you guys, and that we're learning about telepathy, because a lot of us, and you know, I used to think of telepathy as like, okay, so we can telepathically communicate to others without having to, you know, speak and be vocal, but instead, you know, telepathically speak to others with our minds, our thoughts, right? And then you have a conversation between you and someone else. Now, I don't know, that would be really cool. And yeah, imagine that. Imagine if we lived in the world right now where everybody communicated telepathically. and that's how we would communicate to each other. But also know that there has to be some control of what goes on in here, because otherwise everybody can hear your thoughts and your thinking. So there must have been that gift of being able to control thoughts, so that you're not going to be like scrambled eggs and have like be scattered with your thoughts and everybody can hear what's going on in your head, right? So there must have been some kind of ability to be able to do that. And so the energy fields can be interpreted by the telepathic user in a variety of ways that may involve reading, projecting, communicating, and even manipulating thoughts through transference. By implanting thoughts, telepathic communication can take place during any state of consciousness, while awake, asleep, dreaming, and through hypnosis. See what I mean? Exactly what I was just saying before. You would have to have the ability to be able to control your thoughts. You would have to be on top of your thoughts and being able to keep them at bay, because otherwise, you know, if we lived in a world where the only communication that we had was through telepathy, and so you would have to have the power to be able to, you know, still this, right? To be still right here. Otherwise everybody would know exactly what's going on in there. I mean, that would be scary. Being able to hear someone's thoughts because they have no control on how to tame it or how to calm it down. Okay? So additionally, the eyes act as a window to the presence of your soul or soullessness. And many people have a natural ability to read thought vibrations by maintaining eye contact or intending to connect directly with that individual. How many times have you heard someone say they looked into his or her eyes and no one was home, or at a great distance exclaim, "That person looks off," or even frightening? Okay, so, you know, I'm going to give it a little spin on this, because I do know that when you get into a place where you notice something about somebody, right, that is your intuition and your discernment. So you discern, right, something about someone. All right, you can read the energy. So you read the energy of the person, you read the body language, you read the expression, right, that they have on their face, and you read what their eyes are saying, right? So it's all about body language, it's all about the vibe that they give off as well. And so, yeah, and sometimes you can read that about people. People give off a certain energy frequency, and sometimes they give off an energy where it attracts you to them. And I don't mean it in a romantic way. I mean it attracts you to them because they have a love frequency, a beautiful compassion, a beautiful heart, a beautiful vibe about them, right? And then you get some people that have a certain vibration about them where it's a very low vibration, and you can pick up on that. You can sense it, you can pick up on it. If you are a high vibing person, right, like a lot of you are that are watching my videos, if you are a high vibing person, you naturally can read the energy of other people around you that may be in a low vibration. And that may, sometimes you've got to go with your intuition. Like if you sense that you are in danger, or that person is, you know, if you pick up certain vibration, or even in the atmosphere, all right? In the atmosphere you can feel if you are in a bad situation, or if you are in danger of anything. You pick up on it, right? Your spider senses go off, right? It's like a spider created a cobweb, and as soon as something goes ting, it'll pick up on those vibrations straight away. So yeah, I hope that made sense. Okay, well, carry on. So the identification of vacancies in a person's eyes is a quick way to identify a person in a state of shock or trauma, soul fractured or soullessness, or even in the grips of possession by a non-human force. And you know, we can discern it. We can feel the frequency, energy, vibration. We can pick up on the energy of people that are like that. When you know something is not right with somebody, that is your spider senses kicking in. That is your discernment. That is your intuition. Listen to your gut intuition, right? Oh, it'll save you quite a lot. Okay, and this is the basic form of telepathy, in which thoughts are energetic substances that can be read or felt in the sensory perception. It is not limited to physical brain function. Just as I was saying. And so the physical brain contains a mirror neurons that act as a reflective mirrors of another's perception and responses. I'll read that again, guys. Catch this. The physical brain contains mirror neurons that acts as a reflective mirrors of another perceptions and responses. Alright? They read energetic information transmitted from another's minds and then relays a copy of that information throughout the observance and central nervous system cells, which generates sensations of empathy for another. Yet, when people are disconnected from heart and soul, they lose the function of empathy. And this state can digress into classic psychopathy. So, think about that for a minute. Alright, I'll read that again. Alright, where was it? Yet when people are disconnected from the heart, when people are disconnected from the heart and soul, they lose the function of empathy. And this state can digress into classic psychopathy. Yeah. And that's when you get the goosebumps, right? Or you get your hairs standing up on the back of your neck when you know that something's not quite right about a certain person, a certain place, a certain location. You could be anywhere in the world. And when you go into a certain place, maybe you go into a house, it looks beautiful from the outside, and the moment that you walk in, you know, you sense something about the place, right? Something that is off about the place. And so you don't stick around and get out of there quick smart. I know I would. But yeah. Alright, so through our empathetic connections, we experience the emotions and feel the intentions of others around us, which naturally leads to experiencing forms of telepathy. And so many people experience forms of telepathy every day, and yet they are mind controlled into denying the existence of telepathic communication. So telepathic communication is not limited to just the physical body. It is an inherent function of the light body, or subtle energy anatomy of consciousness, which becomes more activated through the higher sensory perception functions that come online with the higher development of spiritual bodies. Right. So ranges of telepathic perceptions. Telepathy can be read as one-way interaction between subject, or a mutual interaction in which both parties are consciously participating in exchanging telepathic communication and sharing perceptions. With the capacity of experiencing the many forms of telepathy come different ranges of perceptions in observing information, energy, movement, colours, coding, symbols, images, feelings, and myriad of other sensations that are experienced in the mind screen and body of the telepathic individual. And so during certain telepathic interactions, it can take the form of hearing words or dialogue with a specific tone, quality, quality of voice, while feeling the emotional components of the words that are being spoken in the mind. Through this kind of clairaudience telepathy, it is registered the same as if someone was talking to you in the physical. One can sense what direction they are speaking from. And you can, as soon as somebody's talking to you, you can actually sense which direction that they're coming from, right? Absolutely. So one can sense what direction they are speaking from. If it is a male or female, even the type of personality or quality of mind, whether they are extremely peaceful and caring or mentally intrusive. And so through any kind of communication that is made between people or entities, whether the communication is telepathic, verbal or written, whatever the context, the consciousness level and meaning of the circumstances under which the communication is taking place adds many layers of complexity. In the present moment, many features can change and be altered through shifting psychological or emotional states, as well as environmental and cultural factors that place influences on the communication. And so all of these factors can contribute to miscommunication and misunderstanding of the communication we are having, especially with those who are not native to the language we speak, so do not understand the same culture and context and assigned meanings. So when paying attention to the patterns of the inner dialogue, one may notice that there are front-ended and back-ended thoughts organized in the layers of the mind when actively communicating with others. And the practice of observer, being present to the words as they are being spoken, the communication being exchanged happens in the front end, while active thoughts surface to the top layer as you exchange information in real time. This could be called surface talk of the conscious mind. There is a distinct difference between incoming telepathic communication messages from other sources and self-talk, or one's own personal thoughts in the conscious mind. And so, to discern the difference between incoming thoughts from the external versus internal self-talk, one must discipline their awareness study in truly knowing ourselves. It becomes increasingly clear what is sourcing from within our deepest essence, and what are external overlays and conditioning that has been placed to suppress that core self. And so, from the centered core self of a spiritually strong person, all external telepathic messages that are incoming will present clear signatures of not self. Easily recognize the difference when something or someone external is transmitting or communicating with you. So, living among civilization that is primarily telepathic does not mean automatic full exposure of every thought in your mind, or things that you would prefer to retain in the right to privacy. It does, however, mean there is a basic transparency in one's general motivations and perception when communicating with others that are also telepathic. Telepathy, normalized in society, makes it hard for criminals to get away with lying and deception in order to hide their crimes. So dark entities that use artificial technology for surveillance employ sonic ability to extract information that a person does not want to share, or for the purpose of physically attacking others in order to weaken them, would represent the predictable NAA model of abusive telepathy. Intuitive and empathic people, as well as spiritually developing people, tend to demonstrate more natural telepathic abilities than others, with the exception of those using synthetic telepathy or sonic ability. That was tongue twister in that one. So telepathy is a natural and common mode of communication and interaction between people, which is naturally available to many other species, and to which Earth humans have been specifically deprived in order to maintain their consciousness enslavement. When stripping humans of their innate telepathic abilities, it generates mental obfuscation and blurs perceptions, preventing most people from recognizing the quality of energy around them and being unable to quickly process sensory information in order to accurately access the environment. If all that is left is 5 physical senses to perceive our physical environment, these senses are entirely adequate when observing interactions that are also having major effects in the energy field. These are complex later qualities of energy and consciousness that bear upon our lives but remain unrecognized by physical senses. And so the alien machinery used to erect frequency fences and broadcast electroshock therapy during sleep state have been purposed to mind wipe the consciousness body as an effective measure to eliminate or reduce the possibility of spontaneous and natural telepathic communication links, opening between the DNA signals of human beings. And when humans regain their natural telepathy capacity through soul integration. They are also able to perceive and view non-human intelligence more easily. And so those entities that are not connected to the same DNA signal as Earth humans could be seen and perceived by humans when regaining their telepathic abilities. Thus, every mind control agenda, along with electronic harassment, is used to prevent awareness of the existence of telepathy and of other intelligent species using it, and as well as continually ridicule and spread misinformation to confuse the general public. And so telepathy is completely natural bio-spiritual sensory development mechanism and the functioning of the DNA of human beings, as well as inherent in many other types of species, in which that species' DNA may be included a variety of different telepathic capabilities and abilities. Telepathic activity is stronger when people have strong emotional bonds with each other, intimate caring bonds in which they feel externally or extremely close, even when they are travelling apart. Telepathic abilities also tend to be naturally stronger with those sharing the same bonds in the DNA signaling or similar DNA template. And so, as an example, telepathic humans would have stronger consciousness links with members from their original DNA family, and as well as with the indigenous species found at the planetary location and timeline of their incarnation. Earth humans have a unique connection with incarnating into a massive genetic library that has a DNA strand found in populations all over the cosmos. And so with the distinct animal or elemental represents on the Earth's surface, which increases the range of telepathic abilities with animals and many other non-terrestrial species. So if we were telepathic, like we could telepathically communicate with one another, right? Other species, other humans, other races of beings, and even animals. I mean, I think one day, like when we evolve, right, in a powerful way into a fifth dimension, we are going to be able to communicate with animals and have a full-on conversation. I mean, imagine that, walking up to a horse and having a full-on communication with a horse and say, well, how was your day? And they turn around and say, oh, it was pretty cool. I got a whole bunch of, I got a bale of hay and it was very nice, very yummy, very delicious. What about you? Oh, well, I had peanut butter on toast. That was yummy. Alright, just going to have to catch my drift, guys. I just thought I'd share that with you guys about having a full-on communication with animals, and that would be so amazing. That would be so amazing. Maybe we used to be able to do that, but the ability to be able to do that was taken from us when our DNA was just dumbed right down, right? Sad that. Anyway, and I'm pretty sure if your dog could talk, they'd probably say, hey, can you please can you open the door, okay, because I don't have hands to turn the knob so that I can let myself out to go to the toilet. Anyways, alien hybridization and genetic modification has interrupted this natural telepathic communication with the DNA signal of humanity, and this makes some people more familiar with NAA, alien DNA signals, such as Yahweh and Jehovah signals, in which they are contacted by these alien forces, and they are led to believe these imposters are their gods. Alright guys, and that is all I have for you right now, but that was just totally amazing, learning about telepathy. And oh man, I tell you what, I mean, for myself, I'm learning about this as well as you guys, so as well as I bring that information to you and share it with you guys. Yeah, please guys, I recommend go back, watch the replay, learn about telepathy. If you don't know a lot about telepathy, I didn't know a lot about telepathy, but as I bring that information to you, I am learning myself. So yeah, so that is coming up, and probably before that I've got some other video that I'd like to share with you, and yep, that is for another day as well. Alright guys, check out the links in the description box down below. You'll find 2 links there for meditation. If you desire so much to need a meditation, go and check that out. And also there's a link to our Telegram page. Please come and join us, you're most welcome. And also a link to Ismail Perez's website, where you can find his 2 books, Our Cosmic Origin and Secret Government. And also check out his courses, okay? Go ahead, have a look at that. And he also has a forum, a platform where everybody can go and interact with each other and things like that. So go check it out. Alright guys, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your continued support. I really appreciate you. And if you like this video, please rock the like, subscribe and share for your girl. I appreciate all subscribers, everybody who shares and everyone who watches. I love you so much. Don't forget, check out the videos on this side and subscribe. It'll be on this side, or the videos might be over here, and subscribe over there. Anyway, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. See you on the next video guys. Alright, have a wonderful and beautiful day. Love you guys. Bye.